Hello and welcome to this week's Craft and Chat. I'm Amanda Fowler. It's Tuesday, the 20th of August, 2024. Thank you so much for joining me. If you're watching the replay, we're going to have 20 minutes or so of chatting and then I will get crafting. And today's crafting is all about using up those little scraps that I know you keep safe. So, if you're watching live, let's just do a quick sound and light check. I have been using a welcome screen and I forgot. So if you are waiting for the screen to appear, oops. Oh dear. Scylla's here. Awesome. She's saying all is well. That is good to know. I am just going to quickly pop into Facebook and double check that I'm live there as well. Yeah, good. I can see myself. So that is all good. Brilliant. Okay, Ali's here as well, and she can hear me loud and clear. And Michelle's here. Awesome, awesome. So how have you been? How is your world? Let me know in the comments. I'm feeling all a bit tired and a bit like an old lady today. I drove 400 miles yesterday and my body is like sore. Well, not really sore, but just achy from being sat mainly and obviously holding the same foot position and arm position for hours. Yeah, so I'm feeling all a bit exhausted. Karen's here and Lorraine is here. It's sunny and breezy in Poole. Yeah, it's a bit breezy here too, but we keep getting rain showers. It's kind of weird. Yeah, just every now and again it dumps loads and loads of rain and then it's gone. Good afternoon, Mum. Pauline's here too. Awesome. So I need to know, what did you do at the weekend? Let me know. I can report that we are almost at the point of ordering our bathroom stuff. It feels like it's taken forever to get to this point, but we've got the tiles, we've made loads of decisions, we've ordered the flooring, and we've got a meeting tomorrow to go and get everything else ordered. So we're kind of this close, which is really cool. Really cool. Elizabeth is here. Hello. And Margaret. Oh. Ali's been out of sorts this past week. Well, obviously to be expected, as she says, but cough and chest problems due to the scarring on her lungs from the radiotherapy. Yeah, that is pants. Lovely. Well, be kind to yourself and rest. Do you know, that has been the theme of the things that I've been recommending for the past week, actually. Be kind to yourself and rest. I had a message from a demonstrator friend who was having a bit of a tough time. And, you know, rest, be kind to yourself. You know, I think sometimes we just keep going, don't we? Keep going and going and going and going and going. And eventually, if you don't stop, your body will make you stop. But it's probably better not to get to that point. So, you know, in case you need to hear it today, be kind to yourself and get some rest. And, you know, if you need some sofa time, I know I said this last week, but I can really recommend Australian MasterChef. We're only a week in. You can watch on catch up on U&W, and it's a great series, and there are some great contestants. So yeah. You need a distraction in your world, that's what you need. Stilla is 15 miles down the road and no rain. I know. Isn't it bizarre? Karen had this the other day, actually. Karen's even closer to me, and I'd got rain and she hadn't. But I think when we watch, because where we live, if you if you can imagine a picture of the UK, right down at the bottom is the Isle of Wight. And on the weather map, if you go north of the Isle of Wight, usually you can see there's like a little inlet, which is actually Southampton water, which is actually vast, but you know, on the little maps on the television, they're little. And I am convinced that the weather kind of hits the Isle of Wight and kind of goes around the Isle of Wight and misses us often, because we're actually up off Southampton water. So we quite often get random weather that nobody else gets. So either everyone around us is getting rain, for instance, and we're in a little sunny spot, or we're getting dumped on and everyone else around us is sunny. It's like a microclimate where we are. Anne saying, good advice. I'm going to take your advice because of my dicky hip. Oh, Anne, what have you done? That's not good. Hi, Donna. Oz is in the house. Sound and picture, all good here. Are you all settled in, Donna? And it's no, Karen's saying there's no rain. See, this is what I'm talking about. It's just crazy. Yeah. Maybe it's just the house. Maybe we've just got like a little bubble over our house. She's been, Ali's recommending binge watching Vikings of Valhalla. 3 series of them. Yeah, so we are partway through that, actually. So that, yeah, it's on Netflix for those of you that don't know, and it's good. There's a lot of swashbuckling and sword fights and things. It's good. Hello, Margaret. North Carolina is in the house. Welcome, welcome. And Ali's saying it's sunny but breezy in Bristol. Yeah, I see. I don't know. I don't know what's happening with the weather. But what I do know is all of the shops and all of the, you know, online stores and stuff, everyone is showing autumn and winter stuff. It's making me sad. I mean, obviously, I'm not sad about them showing Christmas stuff, because Christmas stuff is cool. But I, you know, I kind of want a few more weeks of sunshine, please. That would be nice. A bit warm. I don't want to think about autumn, winter yet. Although Sea Salt have got their new dress collection out. So, you know, so that's making me happy. Let's see. So Donna's just moved house, and she said it's going to take a while to get everything sorted out. She's doing a couple of boxes a day, so it might take till next year to do it. Yeah, I don't envy that. Honestly, of all of the things that I don't love to do, moving house is one of them. But yeah, the trick is, I think, is to clear everything out. Actually, clear everything out before you move. So has anybody Amanda's connection with things is just kind of jumping all over the place today. Swedish death cleaning. Has anybody heard of this? I actually recorded a program. I haven't watched it yet. I know what it is because I've heard of it before, and it's I think it's called The Gentle Art of Swedish Death Cleaning, and it's actually about getting rid of all your rubbish before you die. I think. But has anyone heard of it? Does anyone know anything about it? Yeah, I think that's admirable. I've just got too much stuff in my house. I desperately need to get stuff sorted out. But in a couple of weeks, Brian's got some traveling to do. I am going to clear out the studio, clear out all this. I'm so excited. So who knows what it will look like when you see it after that. But yeah, I'm gonna have a really big, make a huge mess. I'm gonna pull everything out and only put back the good stuff. So I think it'll be an eBay and a charity shop. I'll have an eBay pile and a charity shop pile and a bin pile. Ali's making Christmas cards. Margaret saying an Indian summer would be great. Yes, it would. Quite often we do get quite nice weather in September, though. Certainly early September, don't we? So there is hope yet. Donna's saying she's never heard of that, but it's what she's doing as she goes along. Yeah, see, it's cool. And Lorraine says she loves sea salt. Yeah, they've got their long sleeve winter dresses in. Obviously, presumably not all of them, but some of them. So yeah. So I was very excited. That's made me happy this week. Okay, so what do I need to talk to you about? Ooh, what did I? Bear with me. I've just got to grab something. So, in the world of Stampin' Up, let's just catch up with what's going on. Firstly, if you've got bonus days coupons, will you please spend them? Because it's a discount and I don't want you not to get to the end of the month and not have spent them, and then you'll be sad. So spend them, please. Because they run out. And I have mentioned this before, but you really need to get them spent probably by the 29th. There's a bit of a glitch. Computers, what can I tell you? There's a bit of a glitch with the deadline for some of the codes. So if you're ordering on the 30th or the 31st and your codes don't work, we need to get a call into the support team. So it is way better if you place your order by the 29th. So that's my first recommendation. The second thing is, I know we've talked about Halloween, and we've got some people who adore Halloween and some people less so. We have a kit, this one here. It's called the Haunted Home Kit, and it has been so popular. It has sold out in all markets. So it launched last Tuesday and's gone. Or the Tuesday before, I think, has gone. Now, I have 2 kits. They are brand new kits, and because it's a kit, I can sell it kind of without an order, if that makes sense. So if you want a haunted home kit and you're in the UK, I'm just checking. I just need to check the price of it actually. And you're in the UK. So sadly, my international friends, and I know there'll be lots of you that want it, but I can only send it to the UK. Yeah, it is £17. And I think, to be honest, that's probably one of the reasons why it's gone so fast. So I have 2 kits, and we are going to get some more back into stock, but not until probably November. So after Halloween. So if you want them, then email me. Let me put my email address on. It is amanda@inspiringinking.com. It'll be first come, first served. Don't put a comment in the comments. Go email me, because if I miss a comment or you're watching the replay, I just need it timestamped so I can just make sure that, you know, I'm being fair to anyone who's emailed. So I have 2 kits. I'll cover the postage to you, and I'll just send you an invoice for the £17. So just let me know if you want that. Let's see. Oh, so Elizabeth's saying she's got the book but not read it yet. There's a book. I love a book. I love a book. Right, okay. So what I'll make sure I do then is I will watch that episode that I've recorded and report back and see if I can find the book as well. Because, you know, that would be good. Right. So Ali wants to know if the Swedish death cleaning can include children who should have gone years ago asking for a friend. Now, no, I don't think it's for people. I don't think you can do it for people. But I know there will be lots of people here who have children's belongings in their house that have moved out a long time ago. So, you know, I've got half a loft full. So, and I'm sure lots of us have. So, yeah, I think that's one of the things that's kind of on the list, to encourage the kids to come home and take the stuff away. Oh, Anne cleared her craft area in January, February, and she's still recovering from the trauma. Anne, why did you do that? Don't clear your craft room. No. Yeah, so this, to be fair, this studio is like my second craft room, because obviously my office / craft room is downstairs. Upstairs is kind of sneaky stuff, and you know, yarn. So I am those of you that love yarn, actually, I am. It's on the list. Yarn is coming back. I'm actually getting to a point now where I can actually see the wood from the trees a little bit. So, you know, watch this space. I know I keep saying it's coming back, but it is. Karen, no, I'm not selling yours. Yours are safe and sound, all ordered, all arrived with your name on. I'm not touching yours. I did wonder, actually, I was going to say it, but then you've just double checked. Oh, Donna. Okay. She was still able to order one yesterday in Oz. Okay. Sorry, Donna. So for my South Pacific friends, if you're in Australia or New Zealand, Donna ordered hers yesterday. So I know in Europe we're sold out, and I know in North America we're sold out. So Canada and the US. I'm sorry. I thought you were all gone. Oh, I okay, so Anne's saying she's just warning me that I might get traumatized. She's kept everything, she's just moved it. Yeah, well, to be fair, I will be keeping a reasonable amount of what's here, just not everything, because I need space for more yarn, which is another good reason why I do it when I'm home alone. Because, all the yarn out, mine might be too much. Okay, right. So, shall we do some crafting? I thought actually that the reason I've designed the projects that I've designed today was basically because my brain has kind of gone into using up scraps and clearing up and tidying up. And I thought, it's been ages, absolutely ages since we've done a kind of scrap busting project. So if you're new to my YouTube channel, my Facebook page, do sort of look for the word scrap, search it on YouTube, Inspiring Inking and Scraps, and you'll pick up loads. We did lots and lots and lots of using up scraps, cards and all kinds of projects. And I wanted to use the lavender, perennial lavender paper. No, it's not. That's not what it's called. Yes, that is what it's called. Go me. I got the right words. Perennial lavender, because over the next weekish, maybe 2 weeks, depends. I'm going to be putting some of my old retreat classes and my ultimate scrapbooking class and various other classes onto my website as on-demand classes. And basically what that means is it's a class that I've run live, but there is recorded content. And when I did the live class, I would have included product. So what I've actually done is made a great big long list of all of the products that you need to take the class. And then you can just buy the PDF and the videos. So for all my international friends, you can do that, and you can purchase that. And obviously my friends here in the UK and in Europe, obviously you can as well. So they're all coming. I'm also just gonna kind of remind you that my watercolor workshop booking closes for that at the end of August. It's being held the first couple of weeks of September. And again, if you're in the UK, there are 3 options that include a kit. So there's the Ultimate, which includes absolutely everything that you need apart from ink. There is the Essentials, which includes everything apart from the stamps. Then there's the kit, which is all the products that you actually need to make it, or you can order the PDF. So it's kind of a tricky description, really, because it's a PDF and the live classes. So because the class hasn't happened yet, you can purchase it including the live classes. When the class is finished, it will move over into my on-demand classes, and then you can watch it as like a replay. Does that make sense? Hopefully it does. So anyway, there's going to be changes to my website coming. So please do check that out. And if you happen not to know what my website is, then here it is, www.inspiringinking.com. So at the top, you'll see a menu, and there'll be all sorts of new things popping up on that menu. all of the new classes and so on. So if you're on my emailing list, or once I've done it all, I'll email you to let you know, and you can kind of have a look around, see what there is. But it would be great to have some more people on the watercolor class and for you to take some of the other classes. But the reason I mentioned it is because we did a spring retreat that included this perennial lavender paper. I'm just thinking, no, I've got a wreath and various other things. So we used the papers, and all of the products are still available. So that is going to be a really good class if you just want some gentle crafting with some lovely calming lavender and other stuff as well. Yeah, so Donna's double checked. So Haunted Home is still available in Australia and New Zealand. Awesome. Right, so excuse me, let me get the camera turned around. And there we go. Okay, so I need my trimmer. I've got a couple of stamps. I haven't actually made this yet. So normally when I come to do Craft and Chat, normally I've already made the project. But sometimes we kind of go on a bit of a voyage of discovery, and that's what today is. And I know the principle will work, but I'm just warning you that we may go off on a tangent a little bit. So in here are all kinds of bits of cardstock. So what I've actually done, this is how I store all of my paper scraps, and actually that is upside down, so that's a bit annoying. So this is an album record sleeve, and I keep the cardboard that comes in the back of the patterned paper because it's got all the colors on the back and I don't have to look it up. So this perennial lavender paper, the colors are Berry Burst, Blackberry Bliss, Fresh Freesia, Gorgeous Grape, Highland Heather, Lost Lagoon, Orchid Oasis, which is now gone because that's an old color, Pretty Peacock, Shaded Spruce, and Starry Sky. Again, a color that's left, but most of the colors are still here. So I've got all of my scrap bits, and I just rummaged in my filing cabinet where I keep all my paper, all my cardstock, to get some card. So let's have a look. What colors have we got? So that's that one. It's a different color. I'm just trying to make sure that I've got some of all of the patterns. That one. We'll probably need a bit more of that one. That's the same. Okay. All right. So I've got random pieces. So what we're going to do is we are going to use squares, and we're going to cut our scraps into squares. Now, I know that when you're looking at my pieces, and these are my scraps, you're probably going to be thinking, Amanda, those are big scraps. Well, I have teeny scraps as well, look. but they're too little for what I want. Okay, so basically for this, you need pieces of paper that are at least 1.25 inches. So that's what I'm going to cut first. So I am going to start with this lovely green. So you want a mixture of colors and patterns, and you could do this with cardstock. So you'll kind of see once I actually get going with it how many different things potentially you could do with it. But I think it's important to say that if you stick with one particular patterned paper, then what that slipped. What will happen is, it's all going to coordinate well together. I'm just going to cut a couple more of those. Or it depends how you store your scraps. So you might store your scraps like me. If you're storing your scraps by color, and a lot of people do that. So actually that'd be an interesting thing to put in the comments. Do you keep your patterned paper scraps together with the others of this, or do you keep them in color order? So I've spoken with team members and with customers who keep their papers in color families, so they have all the brights together and so on. I have another customer who keeps all of her green bits together. So if the predominant color on the patterned paper or the cardstock is green, she keeps all the green bits together. So, and it's always interesting to hear what other people or how other people put their things together, because you might think a different way is better. Hi, Sue. Sue's got the comments, and she'd swiped everything and lost everything. Yeah, Sue, you on a tablet. It's one of the worst things about technology. They make it so it's really, really easy to be able to watch things and stuff, but really easy to be able to swipe and lose everything. So I know this is a little bit boring, but it's necessary. If I'd have thought about this, and I could have done this earlier, but that's okay. We can just chitter chatter as we go. So I'll just cut a couple more. Those away. Right, so I've done that one. Yeah, I think we'll do that one as well. So now you'll see in a minute that some directional patterns won't work as well as others. Some will and some won't. So I'm cutting a variety so that we can figure that out as we go. So you're saying it'd help if she understood what she was doing. I'm not convinced, Sue, to be honest, because I think the reality is that the tablet companies change the rules all the time. And you end up doing something one way for months and months and months, and then all of a sudden you have to do it a different way. And that's just kind of really annoying. All right. Almost there. It's a good job. It will be worth it in the end, I promise. So I think I must be missing a colour or a pattern. So I'm not sure which one it is. But it's highly likely that it would be my favourite pattern or colour. Which is why I don't have any scraps. But there's... Oh no, because that's the same as that one, isn't it? Oh no. 1, 2, 3. Interesting. I will just double check. Let's go again. One more. So that's that one. Got that one. I've got that one. Got that one. And I've got that one. Interesting. So I'm actually one pattern missing. I don't know which pattern it is, but never mind. Okay. So I am going to be making a matte layer. So I've got some standard size card blanks. So whatever size card blank you normally work on, because I have people from all over the world. So our cardstock sizes are often different. And I make my cardstock sizes fit the way that my brain works. So what you want to do is just make sure that each layer from the front side of your card, each layer goes down either 1/4 inch or 1/2 centimeter, whichever way round you want to go. And I'm going to go green. And what I'm actually going to do is cut my cardstock in 4. So this is actually the layer that everything is going to come off of, and then I'm going to trim this down. Okay, so this is bigger than I need. And I need a pencil and a ruler. And I don't want you to get too stressed by that. Nobody's going to see your pencil lines. So whatever size your cardstock is, so my cardstock this way is 4 inches. So I'm just marking it at 2. We're just going to mark it halfway. So I'm just going to draw a pencil line. And then whatever the length is, with mine, it is 5 3/4, which means halfway is 2 7/8. I think. Yeah. Hang on. Let me just do that. So what you are going to end up with is a cross. And what we are going to do with these pieces is we are going to lay them down diagonally. So we're actually going to make a complete grid over the top of this. So your first piece is the important piece. Okay? Because it needs to go. Ooh, my seal's not working. My seal's not rolling. Ugh. I'll get my Tombow out in a second. You want it to be lined up on all 4 lines. So, can you see? So it's like you're tiling. And then we are going to work off that. So, for instance, these are kind of going to go off all the way around, but it is better to start out going along the lines. And you can see this is hanging over the edge. So I was I was using tape because I don't want to get glue over the edges too much. But can you see me shaking? Ugh. Obviously, today is going to be a day when my glue doesn't work. There we go. So I'm going to do my next purple one. There. We've got another purple one there. And if you get your ruler and you just kind of make sure that all of your points are sort of lined up, you can see if you've gone a bit skew width, which is a technical term. So you've got those ones. Now we're going to do this one. And again, it's going to carry on along the lines. And then we'll be able to build off it. So that's there. And there. Okay. So now I'm going to start filling in those gaps, and you'll be able to see pretty quickly if you've gone a bit wonky, because you'll end up with actual gaps. So just kind of make sure as you're going that everything is sort of touching up together. What we're not looking for grout lines. Yeah, we're actually looking for it to completely cover over the background. So actually, obviously using Tombow is a good plan here because you can kind of wiggle them about a bit. How cool is that? So let's just move that up a bit. And although you've got these flowers that are obviously growing in one direction, it looks okay with them kind of going off here, there, and everywhere. And again, with the leaves, I think. So I'm actually going to just do this as a two-tone. Oh, got a big grout line there. Look. Let's just pull that back in. May have to lift it and pull it. Ah! There we go. Pull it all in together. Okay, so next one. I'm kind of hoping that we're not going to have to I'm not going to have to cut too many extra pieces, but who knows? We will see. Hi, Kathy Jean. Alberta, Canada is in the house. How are you doing, my lovely? I think I'm just going to pull that off. There's where the paper was torn, it's kind of sticking up. So let's just re-stick it. I need some more pieces. Oh no. But at least by the time I've finished, I'll be able to tell you how many pieces you need, so you can cut the right amount. Actually, now I've got flowers going upside down, but that's okay. So I'm going to pop that one on there. And then what I'm actually going to do, because I think some of these pieces that are hanging over the edge will actually fill in the gaps, but I do need at least one more of the solid purple. So let me just grab some of that. And I'll just cut a couple more of those as well, just for good measure. And this is going to be one of those things that actually what you can do is when you've finished a project and you've got some scraps, you could just cut them and keep them all into a little pot in advance. There we go. There's 4, and there is one more. And I did think I might get multiple cards done this afternoon, but it looks like I'm only going to get this one done. So I shall probably have to do a bit more crafting in a bit. See if I can get another one done. So let's just do that. Okay. So I'm looking at the greens and thinking, oh, I need to do that. I need to do that. Okay. So there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. There's 17 on there. What I'm actually going to do is put these tiny triangles here. I'm actually going to stick things down now. And the reason for that is when I cut it in a second, if I actually cut it and it ends up being a teeny triangle, it's going to be really hard to cut it down. So actually not that pattern, it's this pattern. So I'm actually going to stick them down. Oh, now that's that one. That's that one. So I said 17. So I've then done 18, 19, 20. $21. Okay. So that's, if that was a quilt, that'd be awesome, wouldn't it? Right. So I'm going to trim it down. So just trim that first. And then, so I want it to be 3.5. And then 5.25. So let's see. So there we go. So there is my finished layer. So I'm going to mount that. So the question is to mount it on crumb cake. Oh yes, that looks spiffing. Okay, so that's how it's going to go, but I wasn't sure what I wanted to do with the sentiment. So I did think that what I might do is just do one of the squares as a sentiment, which obviously you could do if you've got like a paler color. Or you could chop, that's what I'm going to do now for this one. Chop yourself another square. And lay it over the top for your sentiment. So I've got the everyday greetings here, and I've just used the hello. So you're going to have to figure out which ones of your sentiments will fit this size square. And it was a bit of trial and error. So let's just pop that down. So that's the hello. So that's one option. And my other option was to do this. So this is Sweetly Scripted. Now, both of these stamp sets are in the online exclusive. So when you're placing orders, when you're looking for the things that you're going to order, please make sure to check out the online exclusives as well, because obviously they're not in your catalogue. So you need to just check those out. So we've got a happy birthday there. I'm going to trim that down. And then we'll see which one we prefer. So, because, you might like one or you might like the other. Or we might like both. So let me move all of this out of the way. If you make sure you pop over to my blog later on in the week, I will have made another one that will probably be greens. So let me layer this up first. Donna's saying she loves the colours. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you, Margaret. I just think it's really important that we utilize the things that we've got so that we can make room for new things. Otherwise, there's no space, is there? So, right. So here we go. So this is the question. So this is the card. This is how it's going to sort of be finished. So we can either pop on that hello like that, and I'll put dimensionals on it, or the happy birthday. And I've decided already, but you are allowed to vote. And I shall busily put my dimensionals on both, so it's being fair, but you can choose. And I'll tell you what I've decided. So, do we want this? Or do we want this? Oh, yes. Oh, look. I love this. I love it because you all like all of them. Happy birthday. Hello. Hello. I like both. Hello. Either works. Happy birthday. So, look, that's the happy birthday. And to be honest, that would go kind of anywhere. It does need trimming down a bit, so it's probably not quite showing its true potential, actually. So that is 3 3/4. Okay, so that's how it would look. That's how the happy birthday would look. And that's how the hello will look. And I'm going to go with hello, but the next one that I do, I promise I will do the happy birthday. Da, 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 da. There we go. Just scoot all the rubbish so you can't see it. It's really silly because I'm scooting it out of the way. You all know it's just there, don't you? It's not like it's gone anywhere. There you go. How cool is that? And really quick and a simple way of getting those scraps used up so you're not drowning in scraps. Awesome. So thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I will be back next Tuesday at 2 o'clock. I think it's probably time to do a bit more Christmas. So next week we'll be Christmasing. And all of the products that you have seen today, you can purchase from my online store. If you pop over to my blog, www.inspiringinking.com, you will be able to see clickable links to my store. So thank you so much. Also, if you go over to my blog later on this week, there will be this card and the alternate, which will be green, definitely. And I'll make sure that I use a happy birthday like that as well. Thank you so much. I will see you all again next week. Take care. Take care. Take care. See you next week. Goodbye.